On the record, Take It Down, with Offset, you talked about how you slept on a cot before you popped.
Absolutely.
What was those early days like for you?
It's all a grind, you know what I'm saying? The bed, on the first song, I say I sleep diagonal so my feet don't hang off the edge, you know what I'm saying? So I went from that to sleeping on the pullout in the living room, and I just remember that time, I remember that grind, and then stuff changed for me because I stuck to it.
The party has arrived, and so is this new project, Underrated.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have it finally out?
Oh, I feel like a burden lifted. You know what I mean? I've been working on it for a while, so to finally have it here, and for the people that can listen to it and enjoy it, I'm real excited about it.
How has the music changed from the release of your first project, Not Supposed to Be Here?
Basically, my music art reflects where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, it's basically just telling you where I'm at the time, so you're just gonna see that evolution of where I was then and where I'm at now. Same style, you know what I'm saying? Same energy, but different story now.
Right. What's the transition like going from a collaborator to being a solo star?
In my mind, I'm keeping it 100. I've always been a solo star, you know what I'm saying? I'm just also a team player, so when somebody calls for some assistance, I don't have no problem doing it. Like I said, I have to listen to this. People will be like, yo, this is really underrated. Like, yo, he's really a dope artist. I feel like a lot of people don't know.
Right.
Being that this is my first project. And that's a lot of the feedback that I get from new listeners. Like, I'm one of those people that look at all the YouTube comments and look at the Instagram comments. So whenever there's a new listener, they always say, he's really underrated. How more people don't know about this?
Right.
So it's like a common theme.
Right. How do you feel like you're gonna be able to get out of that title of underrated?
Just these projects and these visuals. Like all of my visuals, I put together myself with my team. You know, I help direct them and shoot them. So I feel like the more that they get into me, they're gonna see where I belong to be ranked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned Section 8 a lot in music on social media. What's the significance behind that to you?
Section 8 is the home team. That's the brand. That's where I'm from. Everybody knows Section 8 housing is like government assistance. That's the bottom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I represent from Newburgh, New York, and I feel like that's the lowest of the low. Section 8, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to work your way out.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a Newburgh everywhere. So I'm representing for my city and everybody else that got stories from the bottom.
Right.
So that's what you hear in this project.
And you got a lot of support too in this project. You got features from Jeremiah, you got Offset, you got Cardi. How did you get all those big names on this project?
The funny thing is those are all people that I could call on the telephone, you know what I mean? So all of these is like real organic features, people that really mess with me, have conversations with, and we just happen to link up on some music.
Right. And speaking of Cardi, I know you worked with her, on Invasion of Privacy. Did you anticipate that kind of success from that project?
I can't say that I foresaw it, but after what happened with Bodak, and she's already been a star, you know what I'm saying? So just to give her a different platform to stand on, I mean, it was only right that it did what it did.
Right. And Shea Butter, that's one of my favorite joints.
Shea Butter, mine too.
You talked about, you said you did songs with Cardi, and you said Leo and Adele?
Nah, I need one with Adele.
Oh, you need one with Adele?
Nah, I need a song with Adele, you know what I'm saying? Because Cardi's a super duper star.
Right.
So where else I'm gonna go from there? And I'm a big fan of Adele. So Adele, if you're watching this, you feel me? Let's get this feature out the way, you know what I'm saying? Come to Section 8. I would like that.
You gonna bring her to Newburgh too?
Absolutely. I brought Cardi to Newburgh, you
go.
feel me? So Adele, we go to Newburgh, I'll put you on.
So in addition to Adele, who else you want to work with?
Aside from Adele, I would like to do something with Beyonce, Rihanna,
Me too.
Ed Sheeran. It's just different sounds that I would want to see what we could make in the studio, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would like to see what could come of that.
When you first started in the game, who were some of your inspirations growing up?
Oh, my inspirations was DMX was by far the first one, you know what I'm saying? I came up in the church.
Right.
So I was literally in church 5 days a week. I couldn't play hip hop in my house at all. So I stumbled upon this DMX cassette tape where it was the flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, and that was the first body of work I actually got to listen to, and I got to hear him tell his story and deliver that. So that was my first hip hop experience. So X is by far one of my influences. The second one that really moved me, I would say, would be Kanye West. Like Kanye, I used to listen just to his outro. I say it all the time. I used to listen to his outro where he was talking about how he got his deal.
Oh, on College Dropout.
Yeah, on College Dropout, the first one. And I was like, yo, this dude, he ain't rapping about this or that, but he got his own lane. He was like a real bridge. So Kanye really gave me another lane that I could run with in my music and feel free to express myself the way I wanted to. So those is probably like the biggest two influences I had.
And you love the ladies. I saw the Peach video.
Absolutely.
Inspired by Tupac, I Get Around.
Absolutely.
You're a self-proclaimed feminist. Why was it important to have so much diversity in the video?
I'm a person, like, visuals has always been a big thing to me. Like, I grew up seeing the Missy videos and the Biggie video, in the Puff videos and Busta Rhymes and the big budgets they had and how much they put into the visuals. I knew I wanted to do something with this Peach video, and I knew I had seen a bunch of videos already where it had the models and the pool in the summertime, and I seen a bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? So I always like to try to be innovative in a way. So I'm like, how can I do this differently? And the Pac I Get Around video has always been one of my favorites. It's like, that was one of the visuals where you got to see a fun side of Pac, a play around Pac, you know what I'm saying? You got to see that. So I wanted to incorporate that in my music, but not just with the typical models that you see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me get some different flavors in here. I got some curvy girls in there. I got some fluffy women in there. You know what I'm saying? But I always try to pick the women that I have for my videos, or every aspect of my videos. I like to put a platform to the ladies that might not have the spotlight on them. You know what I'm saying? Because in this industry, it's so easy for the camera to be facing one way. I thought, why not take my opportunity to put it back on some of the things that I like to see.
Cool. And lastly, what do you expect fans to take away from this project?
I'm gonna be their new favorite. I think Fontaine is gonna be a new favorite amongst a lot of people because there's just so much on this project. So many different sounds, so many different layers that I got into. So I think people gonna walk away with like, yo, he really was underrated.